Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Jasmy update. It's been 4 days since my last update on Jasmy. I was just taking a short break, but here I'm back and I'm actually bringing you some very good news right here. So I actually have 3 or 4 very good pieces of news right here. So we're going to begin here with the first one, which actually, as you know, we are heading into Christmas and the new year 2024 here. So I've just decided just to appreciate the Jasmy community and anyone who just subscribed to my channel here. I'm just going to be running a giveaway here of 100,000 Jasmy tokens to 3 lucky winners. All you have to do to enter the draw is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and then you make sure that you comment anything that you want on any video that you want on this channel, right? So on the 25th or the 1st of January 2024, we are going to be running a live video draw here where 3 lucky winners are going to walk away with 33k pieces of Jasmy. And according to the tier that I'm going to show you in a minute, that 33k tokens in Jasmy can actually turn out to be $33,000 in the future. So make sure that you don't miss that one, right? Now, moving on to the next piece of good news, we're actually going to be referring to the technical analysis part here. But before we do that, I just like to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. People looking for Jasmy updates will not be able to find this video much more easily. And if you ever subscribe to the channel, as I said already, please subscribe. So without me running my mouth too much, let's actually get into the price set here. So we are going to start here with the Bitcoin price set. Obviously, it has like massive relationship to the Jasmy price set. As you can see here, from last week, we were monitoring this fractal that you see. So below here, we have got the current Bitcoin price set, and on top, we have got the Bitcoin price set back then in 2020. And we are exhibiting the same thing that we were exhibiting then. You can see the same distribution here, the same distribution here as well. And this wake up accumulation kind of thing here, you are seeing the same thing right here, not setting any new lows or something like that. And look at where we are here. The similarities are still showing up right here. So we are faced with this resistance, and the good thing actually is we are above the resistance. Remember last week we were saying that $38,000 is the big resistance. Once we have a break and daily candle closed above 38,000, it's game on. We are looking at something like this to happen here on the Bitcoin price set. And the last time we had something like this, we actually had into a new all-time high. Now, what does that have to do with the Jasmy price set? Obviously, if Bitcoin is doing well or crypto is doing well, including Jasmy and any other altcoin that you are holding. Now, moving on to the Jasmy price set itself, on a 4-hourly time frame, we are looking at something like this here, where we broke this downward sloping resistance here with a nice back test. And if you want to go for a short-term trade here, I would actually stretch this one to something like a 1:2 risk to reward ratio here, with my stop loss just below the previous low that we got right there. I saw maybe something like this here. We are looking at something like 0.0044 thereabout, with my take profits at something like 0.0063 thereabout. Obviously, trading is very, very risky, but I'm not encouraging anyone to do it. But this is what I would do if I were to take a trade here on Jasmy in the immediate short term. But that's obviously not really what is important here. We are looking at Jasmy in the longer time frame perspective here. Let's go to the daily time frame, and I'm going to show you where we are sitting at the moment. Remember, we are coming off of this support level right here, and the next resistance that we are going to challenge is something like $0.008 per Jasmy. Obviously, with the narrative right here, this is the moment when Jasmy was put into the innovation zone. So I expect this level to be tested one more time, obviously with much stiffer resistance than we had right here. Remember, I was predicting that we were going to break this much easily, and then we got exactly that. So the backtest is looking like it's successful at the moment, but we still need a higher high compared to that price target that we were looking at $0.006 per Jasmy, and then we're going to be challenging this. But obviously, this is not the whole story with the Jasmy price set, as well as I'm going to refer you to this other price set that we are looking at, the Jasmy price set, which is actually a very nice falling wedge right here. Let me quickly show you. This is a falling wedge on a weekly time frame, and you can see how really, really nice it is with the next resistance that I was just mentioning at that $0.008 per Jasmy there, right? But the first price target for this falling wedge that you see here is something like 4.5 cents, 5 cents thereabout. And this one is much more optimistic here, which is something like 9, 10, 11 cents thereabout. So these are the price targets of this falling wedge here, and we'll be monitoring that nice and easy. Remember, I've just been saying that since we broke out of this whole trend line that we see here with the falling wedge, we've just been back testing this now. This may take some time, obviously, as many people cannot stomach the time that these things can take. This is just a back test of this whole thing. Once we get back to $0.008 per Jasmy, we have a successful break of that resistance there. I think we are off to the races here with the Jasmy price set. So I really expect something like this to happen. If not by the end of this year, I actually expect it to happen the first quarter of 2024. I haven't changed my mind since, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago. This is where we are sitting with the Jasmy price set. But again, this is not the whole story with the Jasmy price set. Let me quickly go ahead and show you another very optimistic price that we have here with Jasmy. Now take a look at this. This is the all-time price action of Jasmy here, but once you zoom in here, you can actually kind of see that we have a hidden gem that is right here. And I'm going to show you why I think that this structure actually is very optimistic. I've talked about it a couple of times already, but I'm just going to show you one more time for emphasis sake. Now take a look at this. This is Cardano, and you can see the exact same circuit that we had with Jasmy here. Let me go back one more time, and let me zoom it, make it a little bit bigger. One more time here. Let's go. So you can see the same kind of crashing structure here and the flattening out. I mean, before you flatten out, you actually have a kind of a bump here, and then you just go flat before you recover, right? So we have the same thing happening here with Cardano, sorry. So we also have the example of Ethereum here, maybe not as clear cut, but you can see the same kind of crashing structure here. You bounce a little bit, you flatten out, and then you continue to the next leg up, right? So you can see the same thing here with Sia coin as well. These are just a few examples because we don't have time obviously to go through all the market, but the structure you see right is actually a very prominent signature crash and recovery of many altcoins across the market. So what are we expecting from this structure? Now take a look at the Jasmy price set here. If we mark the top of the structure right here as the previous all-time high for Jasmy, obviously it is not, but I mean, we just want to work the top of the structure as the previous all-time high. That's something like 33 cents thereabouts here. And then if we pull off a retracement tool right here from the very top of that structure here to the very bottom of the structure, we can kind of see something interesting happening right here. Let's go to the previous examples that we were giving with Cardano. For example, we do the same thing right here. We mark that as the top. We grab off a retracement tool right here from the very top to the very bottom here. You can actually see that Cardano managed to do something like a 2.618 retracement level. This is the market cap that I'm using at the moment, I just realized. But if I were to use the USD valuation, you could actually see the 2.618 retracement level being hit. Now, coming back to Jasmy, if Jasmy is to repeat the same thing, hitting the 2.618, we are looking at something like 86 cents thereabout for Jasmy. If we go to Ethereum, which is actually the best case scenario here, grab your field retracement tool from the very top of that structure to the very bottom of the structure here. You can see Ethereum going between actually the 2.618 and the 3.618. But if you actually extend it much further here to the right, you can actually see that here it actually hit the 3.618 retracement level as well. But if you go to Sia coin right here, treating that top again of the structure as the previous all-time high, going back to the lowest part of the price that here, you can see Sia coin managing something like a 786 retracement level, even higher than that. And what most people didn't realize with Sia coin is that it actually outperformed both Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the rally that it had from the very bottom here to where it went, the 786 retracement level was actually an 86x, and that was done even without reaching the previous all-time high. So sometimes, chasing coins which are going into their previous all-time doesn't guarantee that you are actually winning. The amount of percentages that you are getting or the multiples that you are getting is actually something that is much, much more important. So if Jasmy on the worst case scenario is to do a 786 retracement level here, we are looking at a 26 cent Jasmy. And if it would repeat what Ethereum did right there, that was at 3.618, actually was the best case scenario. We are looking at $1.20 for Jasmy. And as I was mentioning at the beginning of the video, yes, that according to this technical analysis, it's very, very possible that Jasmy could actually reach $1. We could also use the structures to kind of predict the time it's going to take for Jasmy to recover back to 33 cents thereabout, which will actually be taking our ruler here from the beginning of this period here, the top here of the Cardano price set back to that top one more time. It actually took something like 1,155 days thereabout, or we could actually say, to be much more precise, 1,147 days. And considering where we are with the Jasmy price, I remember at the beginning of the video, you were seeing that I was writing that we are on day number 1,014 of the bear market. And from a time frame perspective, you can actually see that we are actually getting closer and closer to the completion of this bear market. So yeah, great things are just about to happen here with Jasmy, and I can't wait to see that, obviously. But sometimes patience is really, really important, but we are getting close at the same time. So I just have one more thing that I want to show you here, which is actually a bonus trade that I'm actually going to be taking here. And if somebody wants to follow, they are free to do so, as long as they are not taking this as financial advice, taking their own responsibility. So what you see here on the screen is actually EOS. And what I just realized here with EOS is many coins have actually outperformed this thing like massively, right? So as you see in the market, we have got like front runners, we've got mid packs, and we also have got like the laggers, right? So I'm treating this one as actually the laggers, because most of the market right now is actually somewhere here. Let me quickly go ahead and show you. The market is actually recovered to somewhere here. So most of the coins are at these levels right here. Maybe the September, October of 2022, thereabout. Some of the coins actually have done the April 22 right there. So this is a laggard here, and I'm actually seeing an opportunity in this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be opening a trade right here. And besides it being a laggard and most of the market recovering to where, like to these levels right here, I'm actually seeing something that is very optimistic here, especially on a weekly time frame. And usually when you see these patterns on a weekly time frame, they actually work really, really well. So that's something right here, like falling wedge. I mean, I love falling wedges because they're very good, successful. Whereas, I mean, if somebody is to say you're not going to be trading anything but trading falling wedges only, I would actually take that and be trading only falling wedges. So usually it's the top of the range, which is the price target, technical price target. But as I've mentioned already, I'm actually looking at the August 22 levels right there. That's something like $1.90, something like that. So we can actually see $2 for EOS right here with some kind of leverage. I'm actually planning to go like that here. So my trade, we have a very good risk to reward ratio here. As you can see on the screen, it's actually a 5.5 risk to reward ratio. So that's actually something that is very good here, because we are looking at a stop loss of something like 49 cents thereabout, and our take profit, as I mentioned already, $1.90 or $2 thereabout will actually work. So I mean, maybe a 3x leverage here will do. And this actually, there is 181% to the upside. We could actually multiply that by 3. We are looking at something that is very, very optimistic in my own opinion. But yeah, this is all I had today. Obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and then I'll be waiting to see you on the next one. So take good care of yourself.